Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Leslie from the Let's Be Real podcast. Shout out to all the subscribers, all the followers, everybody that's been showing love. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below at the wrecking spot. Make sure to follow Let's Be Real podcast on Instagram, at TikTok, at the Let's Be Real pod. And today, for this episode, we have the one and only Panchito Gomez.
Yes, what's up? Thank you for the invite.
Hey, no, thank you for coming.
How you folks doing out there? Everybody good? Hopefully, God bless everybody first and foremost. I appreciate the love.
Yes.
You know, I just got to Cali again. Kind of for shit. Friday? What's today?
Today's Sunday.
I got here Friday.
Okay.
It's been a minute and I've done nothing but love out here. I'll be here till Monday, but I'll be back again. So
I'm glad. And that's why I started my podcast. I want to show love to those that I feel like have succeeded and have a real genuine story to tell. And I want to tell your story today. So we're going to get into it. So I know you, like a lot of people do, from the film American Me. But before we get into the film, I always thought you were from Boyle Heights or from East LA or from California.
A lot of people thought that.
Where the fuck are you from?
To this day, I'm from Puerto Rico, Bayamón, Puerto Rico. But I was
Eso.
raised in Spanish Harlem, New York, and in the Bronx. And as a child, I started acting when I was 5. So as a child actor, we did a lot of shit in New York. And then some stuff popped out in LA. So I had this agent and I came out to LA. We ended up staying in. I pretty much raised here for a while. I went to high school here, went to college here.
Really?
Lived in all parts of the valley, Burbank. I went to high school in Burbank. I went to John
Okay.
Burroughs High School.
Burroughs.
I went
Shout
to
out
Burroughs.
Burroughs.
That's my man. Shout out to my people in Burroughs. Past 82, baby. Oh shit, I just aged myself. Nah. But that and then you know, I grew up around I was going back and forth to New York all the time, and then in Puerto Rico, of course. Pero aquí, when I was going to school here, you know, there was like a handful of Chicanos in Burbank, California. You know,
Yeah.
predominantly an Anglo area.
Yeah. Especially during that time, I feel
Yeah,
like.
and in the mid '80s, late '70s, early '80s, it was rough. And you know, I was working as an actor too,
Right.
obviously. But the Chicanoism that I learned a lot was from some of the kids I hung out with at school, and then as far as work wise, when I was being Latino, we were limited to certain roles. A lot of
course.
those little Chicano gang members or whatever. And then I realized later on that I had a strong New York accent, so I would watch something and
Yeah.
say, I really don't sound Mexican. And I taught myself, I said, wait a minute, as an actor, you want to do shit right,
Yes.
or you want to be authentic in a sense.
If you're gonna get into character, you need to do your homework
Right.
and
And
your
that was the
research.
problem with Hollywood at the time, because they would hire you, and they didn't give a shit if you were really, as long as
As long as
they
you
like what I
fit-
did, but they never corrected me. Okay, you played a little Mexican kid, you gotta sound like a little Mexican, straight from New York, Yo, what's up, man? That type of shit. So.
Were there a lot of Chicanos or Mexicans in New York?
No.
No, it's just Puerto
not
Rican,
them. Puerto Rican,
Dominican.
Dominicans, or some Cubans, Jamaicans,
What part specifically from New York?
the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Well, I grew up mostly in the Bronx, but I was raised in Spanish Harlem, 106, 115th and Lexington.
Nice.
The hood.
Yeah, that's the hood right there.
Yeah.
And you said the Bronx, and I know the Bronx is the mecca
The boogie.
of hip hop.
That's why
The
I'm a
mecca
B-boy.
of hip hop. Yes. So
that's
speaking
what-
about b-boys, I found out that you were in the Rocksteady crew.
Yes, ma'am.
You were in the Rocksteady crew. And for
Rocksteady.
those that don't know, you're going to find out today, my boy. The Rocksteady crew, for me as a hip hop dancer, was very iconic, one of the first breakers, one of the first great breaker groups.
There, it was Dynamic Rockers, the Freeze Force, shit, I can't even remember some of the crews. New York City
New York
Breakers,
City,
of course.
yeah, facts.
Fantastic Four, Seven Deadly Sins.
That's
There was a
sick.
shitload. But
How was it just growing up in that era, man?
it's funny because you think about it now, and you're like, damn, that shit was fat. That shit was bad. But back then, that was just lifestyle.
It was regular.
Nobody knew that B-boy was going to become the way B-boy is now. We just fucking had a good time. Break out the fucking linoleum, the cardboard, y tirarte para el piso y just keep fucking around. And we were young. I was originally just an honorary member, and, I was with the crew the whole time. Me, Mr. Freeze, Crazy Legs, Teriyaki, God bless his soul, Buck Four. We lost a lot of good people. Frosty Freeze was the shit.
That's so sick.
But I'm still tight with Wiggles, Ken
Mr.
Swift.
Wiggles.
Mr. Wiggles, my boy. What's up,
Yes,
Wiggles?
what's up, Wiggles?
Ken Swift, I see you. Mr. Freeze, good luck
Yes.
in Freeze is in Paris right now doing the show.
That's what's up. And were you still acting during that time?
Yeah.
How was it, the balance of it, or?
It was funny because my boys knew that I was an actor, right? And that was like my little escape. My dad was really tight. He was real fucking stern. And there was a lot of shit I couldn't do because I was the breadwinner and I was an actor. Oh, you're gonna get hurt, but I was a pretty little kid.
True.
And shit.
Your face or
Yeah, I was a
el
cute little
brazo,
kid. I don't know what happened afterwards, but so he was very protective. So all that shit I was doing on the slide. He didn't even know. My dad just had no clue till way later. My mother knew. My mother was bad. My mother was, "Deja esa mierda, you will break your leg. You didn't even." Never, God, thank God, not on plastic or that
Yes.
shit. I never once broke any bone in my body breaking
That's good.
until like well, I didn't break anything. I was doing a head spin. This is in college. Stupid story. I had my little rabbit tail here and tail in the back.
No.
And I did a head spin. I had my hand for the fucking spinning, and I fucking moved off the board. And when I lifted to go this, my whole tail came off. Ripped the shit out of that, bro. I was like,
damn.
That was the only big bad injury.
Were you in a battle or you were just
No, I was just fucking around.
fucking around with your homies
fucking
and
around
shit?
with the LA Rockers. That was here in that what was that? Cal State Northridge.
Okay.
Yeah, during
Shout
like
out
your
Cal
lunch
State
break.
Northridge. They kicked me out right there.
They kicked you out?
Yeah.
I went there, but I didn't really go there.
Yeah, type shit.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I had a lot of classes that I never went to.
Nah, I believe it. Nah,
Yeah.
that's cool because, like I said, me just growing up, like as a dancer, like we did our homework. Shout out to Swift. Shout out to Ali. They taught me everything I know about hip hop and, just breaking was the shit. Hip hop is just different now. And
very different.
Besides that, like let's go back into your acting. Like when you were growing up, like in New York, like how was the acting and film industry during that time? This is like 70s, 80s, right?
Yeah, no, early 70s.
Early 70s.
Okay, put it this way. I began my career at the age of 5.
Yes.
I started on Sesame Street. And
How
we were
was
the
that?
first bilingual family. To be honest, I remember very little of it.
You don't remember like the audition process or
the audition process? I remember that one thing about it. There's a whole bunch of kids my age, some Spanish, black, white, and what happened? Sesame Street at the time was they were incorporating Hispanic. They figured out there's a lot of Hispanic children that don't know English, and vice versa. So this is where they got smart and they incorporated the bilingual aspect of Sesame Street.
Okay.
So they came up with this idea of bringing in a single parent, which was the father, and his son in the neighborhood. And they weren't. My character was just not a regular kid in the neighborhood. I actually was the only child actor to this day that was credited as an actor with a character.
What do you mean, like that was
like the billing and Panchito
Okay.
Gomez as?
nice?
No other child actor has ever gotten that on Sesame Street, and never. I was the first and only one.
And a male of color,
On top of that,
brown man.
and the man that
getting
played my father was a
crazy.
living legend. This is where I studied my acting through some of these guys. A guy named Raul Julia.
Okay.
He was in he played the father in he played Gomez Adams in all the Adams Family movies.
The Adams.
Right.
That's
And
crazy.
a great Broadway
the
star.
original.
Yeah, so I learned from him. So we became iconic in the sense that back in the 70s, I taught a lot of people how to say uno, dos, tres, or 1, 2, 3 in English. Believe it or not.
On set.
Well, no, as the show did, because
Okay.
we were
Oh,
teaching.
I see.
Because
Yeah.
they realized that there was a lot of Hispanic kids watching Sesame Street because of the public, but some of the kids didn't know English. So what we did was they did that little the teaching aspect.
Right.
Uno means one.
Yeah.
Means
Well,
that
it was
type
very
shit.
educational because now the cartoons nowadays, I don't know what the fuck these kids be
I know,
watching
shit,
anymore.
man. My grandson started watching that fucking South Park. She said, "Bitch, what's wrong
What?
with you?" Was that like fucking cartoon porn?
And
What
they
the
have so
fuck?
much access to stuff now.
God,
It's
no, it's incredible.
ridiculous.
It's incredible.
It's just different times.
And it's
for
different
sure.
times, and a lot of times these production companies and stuff they're just thinking money. They're not thinking what the damage that they're doing to these youngsters,
Yeah.
or not even youngsters. I mean, I watch it now and I'm like, what the fuck is that about?
Literally.
And it's sad because it's all about that fucking, it's all about the Benjamins, like fucking Cube said, and it sucks because it's really not about that. Education is a very important part. It was a very important part of my life. Toward the end, in the beginning, you're a kid, you don't want to go to school, you don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
But I like school.
Were you always getting in trouble growing up or not?
Mom, you're not watching this? No, I'm kidding. No, not really. I mean, I did my share of dirt. I wasn't a really bad guy. I used to fight a lot.
Panchito the fighter?
Yeah, I used to fight like a motherfucker.
You're a lover or fighter?
Both. No. I used to fight with people that used to. I was like a bully hater. Because I was short. Still am. But
Story of my life.
Yeah, shit, right? So I finally met somebody my size. Almost, shit. I'm totally
Literally.
like shot next to her. No?
Low key.
No, but I used to watch these kids get their ass beat, and I'm like, and I'm little, but I was tough. I'm like, man, don't let that dude do that shit to you.
Yeah,
man.
fuck that.
So once I remember this no offense, this African American kid, Floyd. Never forget it. To this day, we're best friends.
Wow.
50 years. So Floyd was this tall dude. I used to pick on this little kid named Jacobo. And Jacobo was from the Dominican Republic, so they used to call him Jacobo. I said, that's nice. Then I go, what kind of name is Jacobo? The kid didn't speak a lick of English. So he used to cry, and I went up to Floyd and I said, yo, man, what's your fucking problem, man? And the guy looked at me and said, yo, man, you better back up, shorty. I said, pat, 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 pat.
Eso, that's right. You got to stick him to the bullies, dog.
Bro, I knocked off, he hit the gym floor and knocked his tooth out and shit.
Fuck, pobre vato.
But I got in trouble for that shit. My father came and fucking kicked my ass for kicking the kid's ass.
Let's talk about your father really quick, because I know he was a very influential part in terms of your acting.
Very much
he was also an actor as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's talk about that.
My father was probably one of the first, there was a handful, but one of the first original Latino character actors to break into the industry. He was in the original cast of West Side Story on Broadway.
I fucking love that musical.
He was in the original
so
cast of West Side Story on
What?
Broadway. And they gave him a small role in the film. He was a tough man. It was great fucking, and my father, Cesar Cordova, God bless him. He's my stepfather, but it was my father. He raised me since I was a year old, 2 years old.
Gotta give him his credit, yeah.
That's my father.
Hell yeah.
He was stern with me, tough, but he was a great actor, very tough, and he managed my career, and he made sure that, I was not screwed around, I wasn't fucked with. My money was good, billing was, he made sure that everything was to break them all, and I didn't realize it then. And I think about it. Some of my good friend actors that are big right now, Isa Morales will tell me this, Jimmy Smits, Andy Garcia. He goes, dude, because of your dad, and because all the shows that you did as a kid, and Panchito Gomez or starring Panchito Gomez, that broke a lot of more. That broke the door. It opened up a lot of doors. And I didn't realize it then. But my dad was very influential. He's a very good actor, funny as hell. Unfortunately, he didn't get the break that he deserved.
Yeah.
But then again, he put his career aside for mine. I'm gonna cry. I'm thinking about that.
No, don't cry. It's okay if you do. Let's be real. Let's be real. It's the reality, like he played his part. He was more than just your father. He was also an agent. He was your manager and everything.
For those of you who are not familiar with him, he one of his biggest things was Scarface. He played the cook in Scarface.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the chef. Yeah. He was nice. He did Carlitos Way. Him and Al Pacino go back since the 60s. I've known Pacino since I was a baby.
Wow.
But, my dad was very influential. And
yeah. Is he still alive to this day?
No, he passed away.
Oh, when did he pass away?
He passed away 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
That's why.
Oh, it's okay.
There were times where, I would like fucking be pissed off at him. I mean, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And we bumped heads a lot.
Oh, for sure.
We bumped heads a lot, especially, he was stubborn. I was the moneymaker, and I was, blah, 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 and he didn't want shit to happen to me and do shit. And it was a little too possessive at times. And, I just got older. I said, fuck this shit, man. I'm a grown man. I wasn't, but.
Do you think he was living his acting dream through you?
A lot of people thought that. I thought, in a sense, maybe, but I know that he lost a lot of work as an actor because he was so stubborn and stern with my shit that people said, fuck, we can't deal with this man. They didn't want to. But they did it.
Yeah. For you.
Yeah.
Basically.
They did. So, like, if he said, okay, let's say there was a movie with one scene for this character. Cool. Any other actor with a guy who got paid minimum, no billing at the end with everybody else in? My dad said, you want Panchito, he's a star, you're going to give him fucking this amount of money per day. And Panchito Gomez or special guest star. Blah, blah, and they were like, no, blah, 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 and he fought for it, and they gave it to me.
Wow.
That same scene that Joe Blow could have done, that they could have saved money on. And
that's good though, because that was early. I feel like Hollywood,
Yeah, well,
and
that's
it
what I'm
was
saying.
very
That's
challenging
Not
too.
too many people. Now it's a lot easier for some of these actors.
It is, but because of people like you, people like you that open doors.
And it's hard to believe. I don't believe that. I mean, I believe it. I see it, but it's humbling. It's very humbling.
Yeah.
And I took time off of the business a while.
Yeah. But after Sesame Street. So you're like, what, 5, 8 years old?
5, 6, 7. Was doing a lot of commercials in New York.
Commercials, okay.
I ended up doing a feature film with one of the other greatest Puerto Rican actors, not because Puerto Rican, but I think Jose Ferrer.
Okay.
Who was a legend. People ask me if I went to acting school. I
Did
didn't.
you?
No. My acting school was all these people I worked with. On the job training.
Literally being on set.
On set, watching these guys. And that's one thing I've always had. I always liked, even to this day, I watch shit. You may think I'm fucking around, joking, looking, but I'm learning, I'm scoping shit out,
Yeah.
Just
as you should.
Because my mind is like that. That's why I tell people always educate your mind, whatever it is. Eddie almost told me that. And we were talking about it. The whole key to everything is the education. It doesn't have to be like a school education.
Yeah.
Educate yourself in life.
I feel like the experience is a lesson.
With the people I was Charles Bronson, fucking shit. I can't remember who. There's so many people. You know,
Yeah.
all the actors from the 70s and 80s,
80s.
that were fucking mega stars. Rita Moreno, especially Latinas.
Rita Moreno. Love her.
Stuart Whitman, Vera Miles.
And you were on set
Jeffrey
with
Lewis.
all these people.
Yeah. So as a kid, you know.
That's
And the great thing is
awesome.
because, you know, there's a lot of actors that don't, you know, like working with children.
Really? I didn't know
For some
that.
reason.
Why is
back
that?
then-
Why do you think?
Kids are hard to work with.
Low key?
Yeah.
They're temperamental and shit. Their attention span is this small.
Not even little kids, but like, you know, 12, 13 years old. You know, you're a fucking big actor. You work with this kid. He's the star of the movie with you. Cool. But they're like, hey, okay,
He has no experience.
But
Like,
that's what they think.
Mhm,
But
true.
Fortunately for me, I guess I was like a midget baby kid adult because I handled myself well, and not too bad. And I got along with all my co-stars, the older people. They took me under the wings, and I would watch this shit. Like I would not be shooting, I would not be on this, you know, like this scene, and she's over there filming, and I would sit there and watch. And people that some people that shit is boring.
yeah.
You know, my daughter would come to the set with me. She was like, shit, how
Really?
many times you gonna do this shit, Dad?
How old were you
I
when you
was-
brought your daughter, or when you had your daughter?
My daughter was, I want to say, 7 when I was doing a thing called what is it? Manito. I was in New York.
That was a film?
Yeah, it was an independent film that won at Sundance.
Nice.
Very independent, very low budget. And we were in New York at the time. I was still living in the Bronx. My wife, God bless her soul, too.
Yeah.
I took my daughter with me, and because she wanted to be an actress, too.
Aw.
But then when she saw how long it takes to do one scene,
Oh my God.
she said, fuck this shit.
That shit takes forever.
the little-
16 hours for one fucking scene.
The Bronx and my daughter, the 7-year-old Bronx, she hit me and my wife credit. She said, fuck this shit, Dad. This take too long. I'm going to be a dancer. I go, that's even worse.
Look,
I mean,
I
that's
tried
even
being a
worse.
dancer. That's worse. The training, the amount of rehearsals.
The
and-
body aches.
Yes.
The broken bones.
It's a lot for the body.
the toes.
Yeah,
shit,
but
everything.
even when you would get in character, like, what was your process of getting into character for all these roles?
I would read shit.
Mm.
And this to this day is the same. When I would read a script. Let's say you give me 5 pages. I would read
Okay.
that script, right? And I wouldn't read it I read it for the story first.
Okay.
And if it didn't make sense, I'll read it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd read, aside from Meg, I read everybody else's character first
You got
to see what they were like.
Yep.
So that you know, and then I was like, okay, how would I do this?
Mm-hmm.
The way it's written, because a writer writes, and his version of that character is what he sees.
Mm-hmm.
For my version of the character is what I see that he wrote, but
different,
how I
yeah.
put that into play.
For sure.
So I mean, there were times when shit was difficult. I mean, when I was younger, but you know, like I said, my dad helped me out a lot.
That's
He was a
awesome.
great actor, and not only that, all the people I worked with, I would watch, and they would come in and say, "Hey, Panch, what's up, Papa? Let me help you with this." So I'm like, "All right, cool."
That's awesome. And what about for American Me?
American Me was
Talk
tough.
to me about that audition process. You know, the table read. You know, was your dad there?
No,
all that
my
stuff.
dad at that point in time, my dad and I had a falling out. I hadn't spoken to him for like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so you know, it was one of those clash of the Titan type shits, you know.
Damn.
And
I feel that.
we you know, we were apart, but that was when I was doing my own shit in a sense.
Yeah.
You know,
How old were you during that time?
when we started American Me, I was 26.
Oh wow, you were
Then
so
by
young.
the time we did the table read, by the time we started shooting, my birthday's in November, so I was 27 when we started. So like halfway to 2 weeks into the movie, I turned 28.
Okay.
When I started filming, that first scene you see with us filming when I'm walking through Hazard,
Yeah.
that was the first day shooting. I had just turned 28 that day, playing 15 years old.
Wow.
But that was tough because, you know, the audition process was normal protocol.
What do you mean?
Like the roles.
Like
were
you already knew you were gonna get the role?
Yeah,
Because
I
I'm also an actress, and I've walked into auditions. I'm like, I'm gonna get it, and I get it.
Yeah. Well,
You just feel it.
that was, you know, that's the whole thing with the blood in, blood out thing with Taylor Hackford and with Ed Ramos and American Me that, you know, a lot of people don't really know it happened.
What do you mean?
American Me was written way before.
Before
American
Blood in,
Me-
Blood Out.
Yeah, mucho way. Blood in, Blood Out was written in the process of American Me already being wrote. It was already written.
Okay.
And we were just getting ready. American Me was written years ago. Al Pacino, believe it or not, at Universal had the option for that movie. That was his movie.
What?
Al
So you
Pacino
guys
mo-
had the same writers for the film?
American Me, one of the writers defected. I went to Hackford. A guy named Floyd Mutcher. Oops, fuck you, Floyd. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He there was a falling out between, you know, Almost and them and some of the other writers and Robert Young. So he went over there, if you look at the movies, they're pretty similar.
In a way.
In a way.
In a way.
But the genre is different.
Yes.
American Me, not because I'm in the movie, but I was in that movie or not, is one of my favorite all-time classic fucking gangster movies. The story within itself is real. It's dramatic, and it shows generations of the Latino, that one specific Latino genre, the Chicano, the Pachucos, the Chicanos, the racism shit that went on, which still is prominent now.
Yes.
Blood and Blood Out, on the other hand, showed the gangster lifestyle of these kids growing up in the hood, which is fine.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the story, if you look at it, guy goes to jail, gets his leg shot, Joe Morgan, JD. The big boss gets killed.
Same thing, yeah.
The only thing with Blood and Blood Out,
a lot of similarities for sure.
The only thing with Blood and Blood Out, and I'm not knocking it because I've seen the movie a bits and pieces. 99.9% of the fucking actors in the movie are friends of mine or word that passed away. I love those guys to death. I'm not knocking it. To me, it was more caricaturish. It was more,
Blood and Blood Out. It was
Blood and Blood Out was more like fucking Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not hating with this bullshit to hate another Latino project. To me, it was just more like exaggerated. Exaggerated, the storyline. But it was what it was. You know, it's a good movie.
And they're both great films.
Yeah, it's a great film. Don't get me wrong. That was my personal opinion. It's like when I saw Goodfellas, I thought Goodfellas was great. And then I saw this other thing called The Mafia King. It was fucking horrible. Pretty much the same type of thing. Yeah. So everybody got an opinion like an asshole.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, but I mean, it's valid. You know, everyone has their opinion. But was that your first lead role ever?
No, I've done a bunch of TV-wise. My first big breakout role,
Yeah. American Me.
Yeah, I did a movie way before that called Tough Turf with Robert Downey Jr. It was his very first movie.
Oh, nice.
James Spader.
How was working with Robert Downey Jr.?
That was cool. We're talking like 84, bro. We were all fucking partying.
Damn, you guys were so young and shit.
We were young, dumb, full of cum. Everybody was fucking around, shit. I was single. First come, first serve. You was pretty. You was cute.
Yeah.
It's hard. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I was very... I wasn't promiscuous.
But when the film was done, like... How did you feel seeing like the final product? Because I know like we just talked about like shooting takes forever. So how did you feel after seeing the whole movie? Because that shit is fucking long. That movie's fucking long.
When we did the table read, nothing like the movie you saw.
What do you mean? Would they change it? What? They would rewrite the script?
The script was written on and off.
How fast was it?
But the whole table, we had like a fucking 20 of us, right? It was everybody. William Forsythe, the three young guys, the mother, Eddie, blah, blah, blah. And one time they brought in the guy.
To the table read?
We read the script.
Nah.
Motherfucker sitting right the fuck there. And I'm sitting here and the dude's staring at me. And I'm like, I looked at fucking, the older JD was sitting next to me. That's Steve Forsythe.
Okay.
And Forsythe was getting high. We were fucked up. And I was like, Steve, I was Billy. I believe this guy. He was, relax, homie. I said, why? He goes, don't worry. I already talked to him. Because he played him. It was Joe Morgan. And so he turns around and says, man, I got nervous. I was like, this guy keep fucking staring at me, bro. I was like, shit, motherfucking handcuffed, nigga, murderer.
Where were you guys at the Universal?
No, this was at a warehouse in Commerce.
Okay, over here.
You know where the fucking the Citadel?
Yes.
Okay, before they cleaned up, fixed that all, there used to be a tire place.
Really? I didn't know that.
Place, so they were refurbishing it. So that's a private thing, you know.
Okay.
So home, and they brought these two guys, and the guy turns around and goes, man, I goes, I'm sorry, mijo. I looked at him and said, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, what's up? I just keep looking at you. Don't be scared, homie. I said,
damn.
You tell me don't be scared. Now I'm scared.
Not scared, homie.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, man? I'm about to pee my pants and shit. Like, yo, man, bring out the toilet paper.
Did that help you kind of get in character for Young Santana and
Yeah, because
Cheyenne?
he told me I looked just like Cheyenne when he was younger. That's what he told me. They scared the fuck out of me. When you just remind me of Cheyenne when he was younger. I was like,
you're like, I don't know if that's a compliment
I didn't know Cheyenne like that. I knew Cadena. But I go, who the fuck is Cheyenne? And he goes, this fucking Santana bitch. I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
But it was cool. And it was hard because here we are reading the script.
For the table read.
That was complete. They agreed to the Mexican Mafia said, okay, cool. They didn't know what Eddie had under his sleeve. You know, they thought, okay, we're doing this movie about the glorification of the Mexican Mafia and blah, 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 what we did, right? The whole point of the movie is to educate them. Don't do this shit. So all the secrets are let out. You know, the whole thing with when my character gets...
Yeah.
So when we were filming, it was hard because I'm playing this character who's a real person, but I'm also have to play Edward Olmos.
Right.
Because they started filming before us.
To differentiate the characters.
Right, no, to see their movements and stuff. So I had to study him So as far as studying, to me, that was a very hard thing to do because I'm like, fuck. You look at it, oh no, you just played this part. No, I had to I
You
had
have
to
to
play
get
the
into
character.
character,
I had to put
yeah.
my 2 cents in that character as well.
Facts.
So they shot at Folsom and almost took us 3 young guys to watch them. And they said, "These are the movements. Don't go by how we're acting. Go by the movements if you want." It's all right. So when we first started our first scene, I did some of his movements. He didn't, unbeknownst to him, the whole thing with the hand on the side of his legs when he's walking. He didn't know I was caught that shit. So I'm walking down when I go, "Hey JD," blah, blah, blah. You just notice I have my hand on my side, and I'm walking. And I made that character myself at that point. I said, "Fuck it, he's a kid. He's 15 years old. Whatever he does old, that's different."
Right.
They said, "Cut." This motherfucker looked at me and said, "Come here." I said, "What?" He goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You're gonna steal this movie from me." And it was an honor. He goes, "Just keep doing what you're doing." I go, I mean, I don't want to fucking cross lines and stuff. But I studied the real Rodolfo Cadena too. You know, I read about him, and there were people that knew him that were in the area.
Oh, yeah,
that
for
told
sure.
me stuff when cause you know, like I said, I do shit with, that looks nothing like I'm not doing nothing, but I could pick your brain without you even knowing it sometimes. Not that I'm a brainwasher, but like,
Not the
that was like,
brainwasher.
I didn't want to cross lines neither. This is personal shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people from the neighborhood and people that were affiliated, told me some stuff.
Yeah.
The only people, I was like, all right. And I took that in the head and said, okay, let me try this. There's a
That's
scene where he's
good.
chewing gum.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that he chewed gum. Even though I almost knew it, but they never did because he was in prison all the time. In character. So in the beginning, when he was a kid, he was chewing gum.
Yeah.
And if you
What
see
I'm-
me, I'm chewing gum.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that.
Your iconic line is, "We don't fake it, we just take it."
You know it better than I do. It's been a long time.
I love that's my favorite line.
Because it's la primera. and shit.
Eso. That's sick.
It
But you
was
came
fun.
out. You came out in other dope ass films like Mi Vida Loca,
Mi Vida Loca, de Selena,
How was that? How was working on set with that cast as well?
It was cool because, like I said, a lot of us knew each other from a long time before. Jennifer
That's
Lopez
sick.
and I go back some way before she was a fly girl.
No way.
I did a TV thing for, I want to say it was PBS or something, called Sweet 15.
Okay.
And it was about a quinceañera and this kid that she falls in love with this kid who's a little older. And it was an educational thing. It went through all the schools. It was big. It was called Sweet 15. The girl that played my girlfriend in the thing was Carla Montana.
What year was this?
This was right before American Me. So
Okay,
we're talking
so like-
91, 1991. So Carla played my girlfriend. She was in Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver was just coming out.
Oh shit.
So
Period.
I fought for Jennifer to get that part because I had the lead character.
That's what's up.
But to me at that point, we rehearsed. Jennifer was back. Her and Angel Aviles, the girl that played Sad Girl, Mi Vida Loca.
Okay.
Those two, I was like, because I already had my part. And they were like, what do you think? So we screen tested all of them. And I was like, fuck, man. I really wanted Jenny on it because
Yeah.
she was a good friend. Both of them. Angel was a good friend of mine too. But
Yeah.
she fit that role perfect. Problem was that she was too developed in the back section. So she didn't look 15.
Okay.
She looked 15 with a 20-year-old girl's ass. So they were like, man, this shit can't happen.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, Angel Aviles was like endowed chestly.
Yeah. She
So
killed that.
neither one of them
that
could have got
role.
that role.
Yeah.
So then Carla was great fucking. She looked like she was 15. She was 20. Great actress. And it was the best choice they did, to be honest. That was one of the best choices. She was
Yeah.
great. But
I love both of those films. Though.
let me tell you, Jennifer's a sweetheart. People say she's changed. I haven't seen her in a long time. We have fun doing Selena. It was funny because we would shoot. Again, I played almost when he was younger. I played young Abraham.
Oh, this is true. Yeah, yeah,
Selena.
yeah.
So we would shoot at night, but we all rehearsed at the same time for like months. So we were on these big old. So they would be there doing their bitty bitty boom boom shit.
Yeah.
And we did blue moon and all that bullshit, right?
Yes.
So me being the asshole I am, I will sneak into their fucking thing and just start playing the drums and shit because I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
So I'll go in there and I look at Susie and say, shh. So I'll be like, pa, 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 playing timbales and congas. And they'll be like, what the fuck is going on here? And Jennifer's like, can you stop? So one day I remember me, Chris Perez, and A.B. Quintanilla went in there looking like fucking, we were dressed, I don't know how the fuck, they were shooting something. And we went in there dressed up like fucking bums or some shit. And we took over the set. It was at the Alamo. We were
Okay,
shooting
where's
at
that at?
The Alamo in Texas.
Okay.
When they were shooting one of those bitty bitty boom boom
Oh,
sequences.
okay.
Remember
Yeah,
how
yeah.
she does that song like and you see her like about different set.
Mm-hmm.
So we in there fucking started playing. Took over the fucking Alamo. The Texas Rangers came there threw us out.
What the fuck?
They were like, yo, you
Tripping.
guys. They didn't know we were the actors in the movie.
Oh, shit.
But it was Chris Perez, the real Chris, playing the guitar. AB was playing the keyboard. I went to play the drums. John Sato, who played Chris, little Chris, was playing I don't know what the fuck he took, but yo, we took over that shit. Yo, we almost got.
So you were having fun.
Oh, we had a blast.
That's awesome.
Maybe that Loca on the other hand was just almost like an American Meat type status with the
in a way
with the
kinda
with the severity of the gang violence that was going on at the time too.
Yeah.
So now all jokes aside,
they're a year apart. American Me and Mi Vida Loca.
Yeah, as soon as I did me American Me, and within, I think American Me just barely came out when they were doing Mi Vida Loca. We started filming, I think. And to me, I had no part in Mi Vida Loca. There was no role for me. The only two roles I could have played was Big Sleepy, which was done by a good friend of mine, Julian Reyes.
Yeah.
And El Duran, which was Jesse Borrego.
Yeah, Jesse Borrego.
Everybody else was the youngsters.
Yeah.
So when I went in, I met Alison Anderson. I said, yo, I love your script. And I was a big fan of hers. I saw the movie she did called Gas, Food, and Lodging. One of the greatest. This lady was.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things.
Look, I got goosebumps
Chills.
just talking about her.
Let's be real.
Yeah,
let's be real.
That's how much of a hero and a big fan I am about that woman.
Yeah, she's
so
a
I went
great
and met with her,
director.
and she was a fan of mine from other stuff.
Okay.
Because American Me was, I don't think he was even out yet.
Probably not.
So every Latino was up for all these roles, and I go in and she had a general meeting with me, and Jennifer was there, Rosie Perez read for shit, and Salma Hayek obviously was in the movie.
Yeah, she was.
Salma was my girl. We had fun.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, no comment.
Ah.
So I go in and I tell Allison, I said, Allison, she goes, I really, really want you in my movie. I said, I would love to, but I can't play 15-year-old fucking little cholito. Shit, I'm fucking 30.
Yeah, I look grown.
I mean, at the most, I look 20-something, still. So, she's like, we talk, and then I leave. About 4 days later, this starts filming. Well, a week later, it starts filming. And I get a call from my aunt, and she goes, Allison Andrews asked a favor of you. I said, what? She goes, can you come over here and pick something up? So back then, there was no fucking fax machine. I mean, they were there, but, the UPS would deliver shit.
So they would deliver your scripts?
They would deliver scripts or size, UPS. I
didn't know that. Service. Oh, shit.
So I'm living in Orange County, California. I said, bitch, I'm not going to Hollywood now fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Not Allison, my agent. She lost your mind. So they sent a delivery guy. Comes with 5 pages and an envelope and a letter. I said, dear Panchito, look at this. Tell me what you think and add what you want. Character named Joker Bird.
Joker Bird.
She wrote 5 scenes for 5 lines, and she says, add what you want. I'm like, okay. Oh, she really wants to do this movie.
Yeah.
So she calls me, no cell phones, calls my landline. The first day she goes, can you do this, please? I said, let me talk to my money. She goes, whatever money you need, whatever money you need. Bro, I didn't take advantage, but I said, look, all I want is my name on the paid ads, which is the posters. It's such a small role. She goes, I write more, and we fix it in the mix. I said, all right, bet. I said, the money is going to be a little tighter. She goes, they gave me half of what I wanted. I didn't want to kill them either. I got a little bit more in this States here, a little bit more than the main actors.
Okay.
Which was fine because that's the respect.
I think it was only because
me.
you already had a lead role.
Right. Not only that, the respect that she gave me.
Yeah.
Because some of these guys didn't have big roles, but my career spans 30 years at that point, 40 years.
Yeah, because you had been acting since you were 5, right. So
it's not an ego thing. It's what you're due. If you're in baseball and you're fucking, you're in the minor leagues for 5 years, you got 5 more years than that first kid.
Facts.
So your dues are being paid.
You got more experience, yeah.
So that's what happened. Next thing you know, I'm in Mi Vida Loca. The only day I missed out of the 4-week shoot was the first day because she was still writing as she was fucking shooting.
Damn.
So next day I'm on the set, I fucking took over that. I was on the movie the whole fucking thing. And if you look at it, I'm only in like 2 scenes.
Yeah, I've only seen like twice.
They cut it out, which is fine. But,
I
had fun. And basically, she wanted me there to teach some of these young kids, too. And I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because a lot of them, I feel like the acting could have been a little bit better.
A lot of them were young, and then a lot of them were real cholos.
Yeah.
All the cholas.
Echo Park and stuff.
Veronica, I love you, baby. Stranger, who else was real?
Whisper
was real. Divine was real. The Homeboy's Puppet was real. Rascal was real. There was only like a handful of good actors, and even some of them. The kid that played Noah, the kid that played The kid that fucked up the car, the suavecito kid.
Oh,
I was just saw him yesterday. No, it's his name.
He's Ernesto's brother in the
Right. No,
in
no,
the
that's
film?
Shadow. That's
Oh,
Shadow.
okay,
That's
okay, okay.
Arturo.
Okay.
Arthur. No, the other kid is the little kid. That Ernesto's brother is his best friend. That look, let's take it for a ride, homie. And he
Oh,
crashed
okay, okay.
Suavecito.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up doing prison time. He just got out of jail. He did 11 years in
What?
prison. He was an actor,
Wow.
but got caught up in the street thing, in a
Damn.
shootout. He did 11 years. He just got out like 30 days ago.
That's
Unreal.
crazy.
Unreal. So, lives can change in a matter of minutes, You
Yeah.
can be the greatest actor in the world. Example, Robert Downey. I love him to death. One of my best friends. Look at all the shit that he did. He was facing a lot of time in prison.
Yeah.
He got out. He wins a fucking Oscar. Let that happen to Panchito Gomez, Isa Morales, Jacob Vargas. We may not work for fucking ever.
Facts.
You know?
That's crazy.
And it's fucked up to say, but that's just the way America is.
Yeah.
Or not America, but the industries are.
The industry.
And it doesn't have to necessarily be an actor. It could be a musician. You could be a
Yeah.
fucking painter.
I think even me working in the music industry and growing up as an actress, dancing, I think there's a lot of egos.
A lot of egos, especially amongst our people. And that's the
Yes.
fucked up part.
Yes.
And that's the
Why
fucked up.
do you think that is?
Because everybody wants to be better than somebody else, and that's bullshit. We're all the same.
Facts.
Like I was saying about Blood and Brown, I'm not hating the movie. Don't get me wrong, by no means. But that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, if I got to back it up, fuck yeah, I'll back it up. 110%, fuck yeah. Because you know what? Somebody did something to help us. What? We're trying to get here, and you're trying to get here with me, right? Or at the same level. But you're a little higher than me, and you're like, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Back me up.
Well, instead
Let's
of
help
hating on
each
each
other.
other, we could help each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why there's a lot of TV shows that aren't supported by us, Everybody says, oh, Latinos or Negros are going to do this, the Chinos are going to do this. All right, cool. But do we do it? No.
Nope.
Well, we don't watch the first episode. We watched the first episode of George Lopez show. It was a piece of shit. We don't watch it again. I don't give a fuck if it's a piece of shit. I'm going to watch it the 10 piece of shits.
Yeah.
At least that piece of shit is on the air.
Because that way, yeah. It's
And
on
I don't mean
air,
George Lopez per se,
and season 2 is going to come and things
Exactly.
like that. Like, that's the only
Exactly.
way we're going to get more representation.
Exactly. Look, that Cheetos movie,
Which one?
the hot fries, the hot Cheetos thing.
I loved it.
Okay, but check this out.
What?
The fucked up, most stupidest shit, and I say this, and I love it. That poster was the corniest fucking poster I ever seen in my life.
It was corny.
It
I agree.
It fucked up the movie in a sense. Didn't fuck it up. It gave a
Why?
bad impression of the movie because it looked corny. You see that poster with the homeboy like this with a fucking Cheeto. Come on, she looked like a fucking push. I started watching the movie, nigga. I couldn't get my eyes off it.
I
The
loved
movie's fucking
it.
awesome.
Fucking
Annie
great
Gonzalez,
film.
one of my. Annie Gonzalez, I've known her since she was a baby.
Yes,
Her
Eva
father's one of-
Longoria.
Eva was great. The guy was great. Fucking.
Yes.
But that poster did no fucking
Justice.
no
for-
justice whatsoever.
Yeah. But a lot of what I did love about that film is that a lot of Latinos did show love.
Yes,
A lot
that's
of
what I'm
Latinos
saying.
did
That's
show
what I'm saying.
love.
There's another one that Michael Pena that I saw about the astronaut.
Which one?
I can't remember the name of it. I just saw it not too long ago on Amazon about the first Mexican American astronaut. They went to that fought the NASA like
Oh,
1,000
I know which
times.
one. I haven't seen it, but I know which one you're talking
Fucking
about.
awesome movie. Very good movie.
And he was the lead for
He
the
was
film,
the
no?
lead. The girl that played his wife. Excuse me, I'm bad with the names right now. But let me tell you, I support and I watch shit because you know what? There's a lot of new people coming up.
There
So,
is.
I gotta school myself just as much as they gotta school themselves with us older guys.
Yeah.
Cause I could like you. I just met you. I've heard about you.
Thank you.
I'm honored to meet you.
Let's be
But you know
real.
what? This is the shit. This is our future.
Facts.
For you young ladies that Jesse Burgos says, ocho las go to school, to college. Ocho litos go
I
to
got a
college.
degree.
There you go, baby.
I got a degree. I
Whether
went to Cal State
whether you're a
LA.
hood rat or not, whether you're fucking,
Facts.
whatever the fuck your circles are, you on food stamps, fuck that shit. You some of the food stamps, go to school. Buy a
Facts.
book.
Yeah.
Shit, you can buy drugs with it, why not buy a book?
Why not?
You
It's
know?
there.
I'm sorry, I got a little excited about that shit, but it just pisses me off because you just brought that subject up about the up and down of us supporting each other. It is what it is, man. Fuck. Okay, people talk shit about Bad Bunny because he's weird. Fucking Bad Bunny's a fucking great artist.
What do you think about Bad Bunny? Because he's from
I
Puerto
think that
Rico.
motherfucker cool as fuck.
Me too.
That nigga's cool as fuck. I met him one time. And
You did? How was that?
He knew who I was. That fucked me now. I was in Puerto Rico.
Nah, he did.
I was in Puerto Rico about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and I went with my sister-in-law because we have a house in Arecibo. My wife passed away 4 years ago, so we have our house out there
Okay.
that we're fixing up. God bless you, mommy.
Yes.
So we go, and I went to a place called Lloren Torres, which is like a hood. And I got to know a lot of people from there.
Favela.
Isabela is nice, but Lloren is like a hood. And we happened to be there, and they were shooting a video, some commercial.
Yeah.
I know it's all about Bunny and fucking, all the hood rats from Puerto Rico, fucking machine guns, A.K.A, and fucking all you smell is weed everywhere. Fucking, mami, que lo que hay, coño, mira, la mierda, coño, mira, boricua, ven aquí. Tú no eres el artista ese, papi. Mira, ahí está Baboni. I said, oh, Baboni, again for Baboni.
Who the fuck is that?
Baboni. And then he looked at me with Panchito. I said, yeah, what's up? Then I looked, I said, oh, shit, Bad Bunny.
Oh,
nice fucking dude. I was like,
shit.
how you know about me? Well, he knew my brother. My brother was an 11-time world champion, passed away too. Hector Macho Camacho.
Oh,
Macho was my brother, so my brother was big out there. So that's why
That's
I go to the hood.
crazy.
People know they got a statue of my brother there. So
Wait, what? Hold
Yeah,
on.
you know that?
I did not know that.
you know who Hector Macho Camacho is?
I've heard that name before.
One of the, well, not one of, probably the fastest hands in boxing. He was 11-time champion, 3-time world champion.
Why are Puerto Ricans so good at boxing?
Yeah, that's what we can
It's
do.
in your
we gotta
blood,
fight, baby. We
man.
gotta fight. We
You
gotta
guys
fight.
are
We gotta
soldiers.
fight for them rice and beans, girl. Them rice and beans and the boobies and ass. We gotta fight for that shit. No, kidding.
Damn. Wait, speaking about boobies and ass, you were very handsome. Very handsome in those films.
Thank you.
You were super young.
Mhm.
How was the lady attraction during that time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Any crazy fan stories?
Oh, there's a few.
Tell me one. Tell me one. One crazy fan story.
Damn, you put me on the spot, sister.
One crazy fan
Man, she got me
story.
blushing there,
Mary,
man.
look, he's thinking about like 50 girls right now.
My cheeks right now. I was doing a movie called Tough Turf.
Where?
I was here in town in LA. It was
Okay.
Robert Downey's first movie. James Spader, Kim
Nice.
Richards, and there was this girl who was an atmosphere extra. They call it atmosphere. She was an extra. Una
Okay.
blanquita, white girl, really cute, nice body. And I was young. I was Latino. I was probably one of the only Latinos working. And I was like on that Brat Pack shit, but the Latin one. You had
Okay.
all the white kids working, and then the black dudes, Top Bridges, Tony Jackson. Yeah, they're cool. I was the only Latino.
That's
So I was
crazy.
mixed with all these guys. And they were my boys, my people. Michael J. Fox, that was our little crew.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing this one scene. And I walk in, I improvise shit. And this girl's dancing. I grab her and we looked at her. We were talking for a little bit on and on. She's like, cool. And, she was like, hey, you're fine. She's cute too. But I was in it. So I grab her in the middle of the scene. I start making out with her. Right?
On set?
Yeah, during the scene. You'll see the scene.
What?
The director for his kid, Robert Downey, to me, he goes, "You fucking crazy." I was like, I had to make a move somehow, right?
Young and dumb.
Biggest mistake I made.
Did they kick you out or?
No, that chick wound up fucking like following me in my dressing room.
Oh,
I had
hell
to lock
nah.
my shit.
She was a weirdo.
Yeah.
Security.
So I had to hire. I had to get a fake girlfriend to say she was my girlfriend.
Damn.
I got one of my sister's friends say, "Yo, say you my wife, my fiance, or some shit."
Because this girl is
And
just.
she still didn't give a fuck. She wanted to fight the girl. I had to get her fired. I felt bad.
Oh,
I fired. I had to
you got the girl fired.
Fuck, but that was my dumb
Breaking
mistake.
my character, bitch.
That was my mistake. I fucking, I was Playboy, Big Boy Willie and shit. I was, yeah, baby, come here.
And during that time,
I
did you
Rico
already?
Suave type shit. Tongue all up in that shit.
Did you do American Me?
No,
huh?
this was American Me
before
was in
that,
the
huh?
90s. Yeah, this was
Okay.
84.
For sure.
82, 84.
Damn.
Fresh out of high school, too.
What's like the biggest lesson you've learned from being in the film industry?
Never give up. You're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get a lot of negativity, a lot of racism, obviously. And when I say racism, I'm talking about negativity as well, because racism comes from all of us. You could get racism from even your own people at some point, which is what we was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Biggest lesson
That's
is,
true.
it's a very, very fucked up industry in a sense. Anything we do in entertainment, athletes, carpenters,
Music.
music, anything. It sounds kind of cliche. Never give up on your dreams. Follow your dreams. Yes, but be ready to fucking, get a lot of negativity. There's gonna be a lot of more downs and ups, but don't let that down. I resonated to this, which is gonna be my next tattoo. I was just talking about. I'm very spiritual. I'm Catholic.
Me too.
And I have my tattoos and everything has something. This was for my wife, my angel.
Nice.
And I got
Aw.
my motto is "That will be done," which is the Lord's prayer. And I tell every day, God,
That will
whatever
be
it is, that
done.
will be done, whether it's good or bad.
It's already written.
Right. And then this one is the Sacred Heart of Jesus. So my next one is the cross. Jesus fell 3 times in his passion. I don't hate to bring up religion. It says, but during the passion of Christ, he fell down 3 times when they were kicking his ass, when they were fucking him up.
Yep.
He didn't fall because he fell because he was tired.
Why'd he fall?
He fell to tell us get the fuck back up again.
And he did.
That's
true.
and that is what those ups and downs are. You fall, get the fuck back up. Now, if you don't want to come up, that's on you. You deal with those consequences.
Let's be real.
But that's your own fault. Don't blame nobody else later. Oh, I could have done this. Well, then why didn't
you do it?
Why didn't you motherfucker? That's because you didn't want to. So I believe, Heidi, that we all have a cross to bear, whether it's in business, whether it's in life, whether it's in religion, whether it's in family. That cross is for us to carry, and especially us being Hispanic in this industry, our cross is to make sure that if we fall or if we see somebody fall, help them get back up.
Facts. And I feel like we don't do that enough.
You're young, mama. I got your back 100%. Whatever the fuck you guys, all of y'all need.
Thank you, Panchito.
Right? I'm there for you. Fuck
Likewise,
that.
homie.
Yeah,
Thank you for
lie.
coming.
Thank you for inviting.
Of course.
It's been awesome. Anytime again, baby.
Yay. No, thank you so
My
much.
people,
Like,
keep following this young lady. And whatever you do in this career that you do,
yes.
always talk to these young little girls too. Give them that hope that you're already giving them, because not too many people, especially women.
Mujeres, yeah.
You know, women have a lot of power. Believe it or not, guys.
I believe it.
And, look at God, Jesus' mother Mary, she ran that shit. You know, my mother ran that shit. Your mother ran that shit. My grandparents,
we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the women in our lives.
My grandfather used to be scared of my grandmother. Bitch ran the shit.
But, to this day, no, thank you so much. Like,
always be positive.
I feel like I needed that. I needed that little reminder. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, baby.
No, of course. And one thing I wanted to ask, well, I always, before I end my podcast, I like to do this segment called Let's Be Real.
Okay.
So, you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
Okay. Let's be real.
Let's be real, girl.
What's more fulfilling for you as an actor, theater or film?
Theater.
Why?
Because you're in front of a live audience, you gotta project it. That's what. There's no cut. There's no retake. There's no that's you in your fucking element.
Yeah.
The truest that you can be as a performer. Like with singers, when they do, what's for you as a singer and dancer? What's better for you, a live performance or like a recorded performance?
No, live performance. As a dancer, I love performing. As an actress too. I just finished doing a play.
There you go.
And when I was on stage, it's just the reaction.
It's like
you feed off that shit.
It's like an orgasm in a sense. You know,
in a way, it's a natural high.
Yeah.
It's a natural high when you're on stage. Definitely.
And not only that, you get that reaction from that audience right then and there. They're not, okay, let's watch a movie. Yeah, no, fuck that. That shit is right there.
And you feel it.
Live and in action, baby.
Yeah. What was your favorite role that you did? Let's be real. Favorite role.
That's a tough one. Favorite role? I would say the TV show I did called Hill Street Blues. I played a character for 5 seasons called Hector Ruiz.
Oh, damn. 5 seasons.
On and off. It was a recurring role.
Period. Yeah. No, still.
That was one of my favorite.
Back.
That was my favorite roles because I started when I was 15. I ended up, when I finished the show, I was 21. 20. So that character developed. It was the same character.
Got it.
As I developed, that character developed as well.
That's great.
So
do you remember what year that was?
We started Hill Street Blues. I was I was 15, so I was at 80.
Damn.
1980.
That's awesome, because that's like early Hollywood, I feel like.
It was 1980. Well, do the math. I'm stuck at math. I'm 60 now. I was 15 then. So, yeah, it was like 80. And then by the time I finished, it was like 84, right after high school, right before I did Tough Turf.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was like 84.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started 70.
I'm going to have to watch it.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest groundbreaking TV cop shows ever. Out of that cop show came NYPD Blue, New York Undercover, CSI Miami. All those shows came from that.
Okay.
And it's called Hill Street Blues.
I'm going to watch it.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going to tap in. Let's be real.
No.
Let's be real. We don't fake it, we just take it is your classic line in the film American Me. Out of all the productions you have seen in your life or have acted in, what would you consider a classic film for you? Because that's a classic line.
Me.
So American Me is a classic film for you?
Yeah.
Why?
Just that line itself, the whole thing. Not even my line. When JD says, "Hey, we do what we do," I said, before La Primera, there was nothing or something like that.
Yeah.
Everything in that movie, every line, every song in that movie, has to deal with a certain aspect of life and the reality of that film. If you watch that movie, every song
was placed
iconic.
For a reason.
And it was iconic. A lot of people didn't realize that shit.
The soundtrack.
And that's one of those things that almost would tell me, and I learned as a kid, every little minute detail you look at, is something about it. Those lines, when he says in the beginning, suit, new suit. But yo, that's educational.
Yeah.
That
That film was
classic.
very educational.
That's classic, and
Very
not because I'm in
classic.
it. It's a very classic movie. Look, I get goosebumps just talking about
Yeah,
it.
that's awesome.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't in it just to see it. You know,
Why?
No, I'm saying not wish, but like as a visionary to see what my reaction would be. Either way, I mean, it's the same way.
What was your reaction?
When I saw the movie,
when you
I thought it was
finished, when you
fucking
saw it?
butter, man. That shit was butter. I was like, damn, that shit was good. That movie was fucking awesome. It was shocking in a sense. I mean, I've done when I saw Scarface the first time, we saw the first screening of Scarface. It was rated X because of the language.
Oh wow.
Scarface was harsh.
Yeah, it is.
But Scarface was
Rated
different.
X, damn.
It was a different harsh than American Me.
Yeah.
When they have blood and gore, I mean,
They do.
blood and gore,
Gory,
but American Me was a fucking. That's some brutal shit.
It was, yeah.
Brother killing
that
your brother.
was brutal, dog.
Homeboy getting killed in the joint because, you know, you didn't want to fucking back up your crew.
Yeah. That
You know,
American Me was. Yeah.
Huh?
Fuck. You were in it and you made history, Panchito.
Thank you.
You just made history on my
gl-
podcast.
I made history being in your podcast.
Nah,
for years.
stop.
I feel like I'm a part of the big lesbian.
Oh,
history.
thank
I'm glad for
you.
baby. I
Yes.
wish you nothing but the best. Anytime you need me, I'll give you my direct phone number. You call me.
Yes.
Especially you as an artist, you need any help.
Thank you. Yes. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
need
I'm not Lee
some acting
Strasberg and
coaching.
shit. Yeah, I'm not Lee Strasberg shit, but any tips I can give you,
Yes.
I'm there for you, baby girl.
What tips would you give to any upcoming actors right now?
Study your craft. Study your craft. Do a lot of stage. Stage is the best thing to do. Believe it or not, I didn't do stage till way later. I mean, I did stage when I was younger, but I didn't know about it much. But as I got older, in college, so I got my degree in fucking theater arts at first.
Period.
And then you know, study and do it because you want to do it, because you like it, not because yeah, we all like the money, we all like the fame. Fame ain't shit sometimes, bro, because you can't go to a fucking restaurant with your girlfriend, your brother, your boyfriend.
That fame ain't gonna pay shit.
That's true too, and the money's there, but you know, there's a lot of people that do it, and God bless them. But do what you do, whether it's in acting or music, out of passion. Do it full-heartedly, and do it for that reason. You know, and at the end of the day, be humble. Because, you know, you talk your shit and you think your shit bigger than the other one, that shit gonna come back and hit you in the face.
Facts.
And then you gonna smell like shit.
Let's be real. Remember that shit. Where can everybody find you, Panchito, on social media?
I'm on Facebook, Panchito Gomez, Facebook, and then my Instagram is official_Panchito_Gomez. Some shit like that. Yeah, I know, I gotta change that shit too.
Panchito, you're the shit. Thank you so much.
Girl.
This was another episode of the Let's Be Real podcast with Panchito Gomez. Make sure you guys subscribe down below to the Wrecking Spot. Make sure to follow the podcast page, Let's Be Real Pod, on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Don't miss it. God bless people.
That was awesome.